Hi everyone, it's day 25 of VEDA and today's topic is pets. Now I don't personally have any. My roommate Donnie has Roxy, which you've seen in a couple videos, but I myself do not have any pets. I've actually had a lot of pets growing up though. My very first dog was named Jessie. She was a black lab Irish setter mix. And I don't remember her. I was a baby. I was quite a tiny baby actually, and the biggest game this dog used to like to play, and this is a big dog, she used to like to play the game where she would take the pacifier out of my mouth. Well, one day, my aunt is babysitting me, and the dog comes along, opens his mouth, and puts it toward my face. You can imagine my parents did not warn my aunt that my dog does this. And she freaks out, locks the dog in the master bedroom, and proceeds to try to convince my parents that the dog needs to be let go and put down or something because she tried attacking the baby. My mom's like, oh no, that's just a game she likes to play. She just takes the pacifier out of the baby's mouth. Totally normal. This is my parents. They had no worries. I mean, today this would be illegal or something. Anyway. Then when I was 8, we got a dog named Shelby. She was a golden retriever puppy, and I remember going to pick her up. She was so cute. We picked her up from the shelter, or not even the shelter. We bought her from a breeder. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of another dog. We bought her from a breeder, and she was the dog that I fell in love with. She was the sweetest, quietest dog that we had. And picked her up, and I decided that was the dog we had to have. And of course, my parents and my brother had already picked out another dog. And I was like, oh, but I want that dog. So a few days later, my dad and my brother go to the grocery store. And they ask if I want to go along. And I'm like, no, why would I want to go to the grocery store? I'm 8, I don't care about the grocery store. So they show back up, and instead of groceries, they have the puppy that I wanted. And initially I wanted to call her Rose. I don't know why. But we named her Shelby. We had her for 10 to 12 years. 12 years. She was 12 years when she died. So I was 20. I was in college when she died, and ironically, she died on my best friend's her anniversary of her death. And they had a special bond when we were friends, so that was kind of special to me. And so now my parents have 2 dogs, Kirby, who is a Border Collie Australian Shepherd, and if you remember the stamps from 2000, the spay and neuter stamps, the little puppy was my dog. That was Kirby. We adopted him from a shelter, and the last day they took a picture of him for the stamp, and he ended up being placed on the stamp. He's 10 years old now. And we also have a little Sheltie named Casey, who apparently got skunked last night. Poor dog. I don't like that dog very much. I mean, he's very cute, but he does not listen. My parents never trained him, and he's only a couple years old. They just got him. And then my parents also have 4 cats. Our first cat was born in our barn, Cosmo. He was a week old when we got him, and he proceeded to eat himself to death. He lived till about 8, which is a lot longer than they expected. He was diabetic, and he was about 30 pounds. He was our museum cat. And people would come over specifically just to see him, and we'd always warn, do not touch him. He's afraid of strangers. He will attack you. He's 30 pounds and has claws. He will hurt you. And they never believed us, and lo and behold, everybody left bleeding. I don't know why they didn't believe us, but, whatever. Then that was Cosmo. Well, then my mom went to the shelter to get another cat to be Cosmo's companion. At this point, Cosmo was like a year and a half old, 2 years old, and was a normal-sized cat. He was not 30 pounds yet. He was just a normal little black cat. And so she went to get a cat one, and she came back with 3. It was buy 2, get 1 free. And she came back with Daisy, Lily, and Roger. And Roger he was mildly retarded. He had no idea what to do with his claws. He had no idea that he was a cat. He had no idea what was going on. But he was the sweetest, cutest little cat, and he was smarter than a lot of people gave him credit for. He was really sneaky. He taught himself how to hunt by mimicking the other cats. And first it was, a lot of just batting them around and but eventually he did kill things. He did put a bird in his mouth. He didn't kill the bird, but he put the bird in the mouth. And then Lily was a black and white cat. She's a bitch. I hate her. I've never disliked a cat so much. She was attacked by a dog, and the dog was actually owned by Sam and Libby of Sam and Libby Shoes. So luckily they paid for all her surgery, so she's still alive. And then we have Daisy, who and Roger's dead. Roger unfortunately died earlier this summer. He starved to death, ironically. One cat ate himself to death, and the other basically starved because of a thyroid problem. And he was on medication, but it was not going well. Anyway, Lily managed to survive a dog attack, is still alive. But Daisy is our hunter. She's a tiger cat. She's kind of crazy. She's still alive, her and Lily. And they don't get along. She's a sweetheart. We love her, but she kills things and likes to leave them around the house. Anyway, those are my parents' pets. Have a happy Tuesday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.